Okay, welcome. I'm just getting set up. We're going to be doing some game dev. Oh, we're going to make some progress. We're doing good. The progress that we've made so far with our game is actually like at this rate. Oh, I'm feeling good. We've got 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 things on our list. We've gotten through. Did we get dropping items this week? I think we did. I don't remember what we did this week, but this big chunk, ever since we've implemented magic, is all in. I have been doing a lot of research into hold on, am I online? Yep, there we go. Okay, that was weird. I have been doing a lot of research into scenes collections. They're not going to save us. They're just not going to save us. But they are a very cool little feature that I probably should be using instead. What I've done so far is fine, but what I could have done, in particular with items and mechanisms and mobs, not so much these tiles. These are done correct. But mobs, items, and mechanisms, I've created a tile sheet, and then I have a script go and turn each of those into an item. And I don't need to do that because I can just define a scenes collection, create a mob. That's not the mob. This is the mob. Why does it look like that? Don't worry about it. I take a mob and then I should be able to... Do I really have no data? Oh, I don't export anything. If I put exports... No, I should be able to... There was a way to specify, like, this is a particular mob. Oh, I remember. That's right. I would need to take this scene, duplicate it for every single mob, and create a separate skeleton mob, or skeleton scene, slime scene, so on and so forth, instead of this. And then I'd put them here, and then when I want to spawn them, I just drag them in. I think that's a lot more scalable than just... If I'm going to have like 300 enemies, this is going to be a giant sprite sheet, and that's not good. How's it going, man? It's doing good. Just getting settled in. Using scene collections does not allow us to put in signals or config or anything like that on a like per object basis. If I make a skeleton and then I set a signal on the one skeleton, all skeletons will have that signal. There's no way around that. The reason that I'm going to keep using tiles, at least in the short term, and not switch over to scene collections, it might be worth that in the long run to switch over. But in the short term, I'm not going to switch over for one reason. And that reason is because we're using multiplayer spawners to make stuff. And I think this is a solvable problem. But by default, the scene collections, when we spawn something in this way, the tile map layer does not pass that to a spawner. It just spawns it. It just does whatever it does. There might be a way to override that behavior and say, hey, you don't spawn things. This spawner spawns things. Or I believe if we just run a script to get everything that this spawns and then just reparent it to the game, I think the spawner will pick that up. That is heavier than what we're doing, but it's a more scalable solution than just having a 6,000 tile setup. In order to do that, we will need to refactor that because we have no exports right here, and we'll need to export a lot of variables so that we can set them up. Because I won't have a script setting the item data. I'll need to set that in the editor, and I won't have a script. Well, items only have an item data. Mobs have more data, right? They just have a mob data? Uh, in any case, if we refactor this, this does not solve our initial problem. Our initial problem is we need to be able to add data to items, mechanisms, and mobs. The short answer is we're not doing that through the tilemap layer because the tilemap layer is just not designed for that. It is, it has a very limited behavior when it comes to unique objects because it's trying to be optimized. And if every single tile is unique, then we lose all of the optimization benefits of using a tilemap layer. We should just write our own. What we can do, though, we're not helpless. What we can do is give ourselves a couple of behaviors. First of all, I'm going to change this. This needs to be 30 by 32. Does that ruin my life? It does. It moves all the mobs around. Great. That's fine. They're not important. Do we have any now? I can't. I don't know how to tell. Let's just one small slime, one big slime, one skeleton, and one eye bat. Okay, do I need to adjust the... Nope, that one's good. That one's good. Okay. What we can do is we can add some spawn logic. So we can say, okay, this chest is here. We can't put items in this chest because tilemap layers just don't allow that. But what we can do is we can say, okay, chest, on spawn, create an area. I don't know if we can define a rectangular area. If we can, A+. Any item that goes in that area, you hoover that into your inventory. We have the function for that. That should be very easy. And then when we're done adding items, we clean up all of the area 2Ds that mechanisms create. We do that for chests. And then if we want to fill this chest with items, we have to commit to we can only have 8 items because that's how many we can fit around here. But let's just put 8 potions. Actually, let's put 8 potions and that. Oh, I guess we could put an item on top of the chest too. That's fine. We can't have a world. We can't really have a world where we put items in a bag that we place. I don't know if that's... Let's not do that. Let's not have item inventories with items spawning in them. Let's not do that. But this, we're going to have a chest. We're going to give it the behavior of on spawn, create an area 2D. Now, before I dig into this, can area 2Ds be... Oh, we're just passing in a collision shape. So we can just define a collision shape of square. I believe we can define that programmatically. So let's go to our chest. No. Let's go to the main. On spawn starting items. First of all, we need the starting mechanisms to happen before the items. That's already the case. Oh, no, it isn't. Oh, no, it is. It is. This happens first, then this, then this. Assuming this order matters. So we spawn the starting mechanisms. Let's go to the mechanisms. Components. Nope, that's not it. Base mechanism. There we go. We add something to the ready function. Oh wow, we already kind of have something. Instead of all this, we should just call mechdata.ready. Oh no, we can't because it's not set yet. But we can do a thing in here in mechdata.init. we'll have a on setup and tear down. No, not tear down. Setup and setup complete function. Let me just func set up. Mech data dot setup complete. And then in mech data, we have a function okay. This one we need to declare a area on init. And then we need to give that a collision shape. And then we need to delete that area and that collision shape when we're done. So area 2D. And then we'll connect a signal to the area shape entered. And then, is it area shape entered or body shape entered? Entered when emitted when the received body enters this area. Let's do body entered. That seems right. Tile maps are detected if their tile set has collision shapes configured. Huh. Hold on. I think this is a problem I had in the past. Yeah, we're on collision layer 2. Mobs are on collision layer 1. Mechanisms are on collision layer 2. So we don't want to collide with ourselves, but it seems like we want to listen. We want to have this area 2D listening on layer 2. Anyway. Okay, and I need to figure out how to define this. This could be the kind of thing where I just create a helper, chest helper, instead of defining this in code. Because it's kind of annoying to define in code. And then actually, if I define it like that, I could even give it a signal to be like, when the setup complete signal is emitted, queue free, rather than this setup complete function. Let's work back. Okay. Let's create a new mech helper. Setup helper. Nope, this is a new 2D. This is a 2D scene. Chest helper. collision shape 2D. Okay, and the shape is a rectangle, and the rectangle is 32 times 3. 72. No, that's not correct. 64, 96. Okay. We can set the collision. We don't set that here, though. We can set the collision to monitoring. This is not going to be monitorable. This is not in a collision layer, but it is looking at mask 2. So there we go. And then we create a signal. So we can do something like, first of all, rename lowercase. Load. Oh, hold on 1 second. Okay. We load this up. Call this item getter. Dot instantiate. We have this area, and it is the right size, and we just need to attach it to the prop, and then we need to give it a signal to fire. We might need to give this a script. There's no way for us to pass mechanisms to an area, right? Because we're instantiating this inside of a resource, so we can't just be like, we can't assume. Oh no, we can, because the mech is being passed in. Oh, but again, we can't. When we instantiate this object, it does not exist as a node yet on the scene tree. So we just need to call the function that happens when you, isn't that what ready is? We just call the function that happens when you enter the node tree. When does ready get called? Hold on. It's called after they have been entered the tree. Okay, so never mind, we're good. We're good. Okay, let's go back. We just go into the item getter and we set dot parent equals yeah, we gotta create a script. Var parent mechanism. Okay, so now we know where to put the items once they come into our pocket. We need to create this body entered. If body is node, or if body is item, then we don't need this process. If body is item, we have an item, put it in us. We are assuming that the mechanism has an inventory component. dot add item to inventory body. Does that handle the collectible component? It does. Okay, good. So this function is all we need. That's it. We're done. All we have to do now is clean up. So to clean up, let's go to the main. We should have a signal for when we're done. Main ready. And then we go to the area node. The chest helper, and we say connect dot. No, what did I just got? Main. Oh wait, there's a ready. I can just use this. What am I doing? I don't need this. Redundant. Dot connect callable func on main ready. Oops. There we go. There we go. That's it. That's all we got to do. We probably don't even need this var parent mechanism. We can just like pull that in internally. So that's one less thing we have to worry about. Parent equals get parent. So all we have to do now is go back to the chest. Theoretically, we're good. Like, we did it. Well, nothing crashed when I hit the server. Oh, it picked up one item. If I right-click on here, and I don't see any items in here. Did it pick up one item, or did I just forget to put an item there? No, it did pick up an item. It picked up the blank tile. Oh, wait. Has this ever been spawning? I don't see a blank rune. It might be there and I'm just not. It's just not visible. But why would that be? How long has that been bugged? What? All right, let's go to the remote. Let's look at the blank rune. Let's see it. Are you a blank rune? Bag, shield, sword, bread, chest armor, torch, health potion. Where is the blank rune? Oh, there it is. Why is your sprite texture empty? Hello? Well, why is that empty? Oh. Oh, I see. Because we're not doing it like that anymore. We're doing texture equals this. Got it. And I press start, and then we see that it didn't work. But we have this now, at least. All right. Can we, before we call ready on main, can we breakpoint? Oof. That's early. Let's go to the world that exists. None of these? That's not correct. Oh, this doesn't get called until we're done. Network handler on server start. I see the problem. We are counting on this being the thing that spawns things, but no, we're actually relying on server start being the thing that spawns things. Is there a thing that we can emit that's like on server done? You know what would be better than all of these being separate? What if they were all one function? Func spawn start. And then what if we reverse the order? And then I'll just comment these out. Okay, and then at the bottom of this, we emit signal spawn complete, and then we signal and then back in our helper all right, now it should work. Damn it. Okay, but now we have somewhere we can breakpoint. Okay. We have our server. This is the server? Whatever. We go and look and we have a game and we see all the items are spawned and one of them, well, all the mechanics are spawned and one of them should have an area 2D. They both have an area 2D. Oh, they're both chests. That makes sense. All right, and then this says that we have a collision shape, and that collision shape exists. Oh, no. Wait a minute. Maybe I need to set this collision layer. Uh, what if, just as a debugging maneuver, we don't ever free this? We just pass. I don't need this breakpoint. All right, that's a server. That's a client. Go ahead and clear out that while I look at the remote. And we have this. Can I see it? I don't see it. Oh, this is probably the wrong thing. Hold on. Let me move this over here. This is probably it. Oh, it could be that there's two chests. Oh, yeah, there it is. Okay. That's tiny. Why is that tiny? Oh, no, that's correct. That's the correct size. That's exactly the size I want. Why is that not triggering? If I drop something here, it should go into the box. No, it doesn't. All right. Is body entered the wrong function? Am I just wrong? Why isn't... Hold on. Can I... Okay, get rid of this breakpoint. Can we... If I walk through here, is it going to be like a body happened? It should. Oh no, it won't because I'm not on that mask. But if I do this, now why is that? Dang it. All right, what if we do this? Then it should detect when I walk through it. A body happened, yes. Okay, so it does detect. Let's go look in the docs. Area 2D, tell me about... Body entered. And just to check, just to make sure we didn't do something stupid, we're spawning the chest first, and then we're spawning the items. So the items, the chest, the area should be there by the time we are spawning items. So, well, that shouldn't matter because in any case, this should trigger whenever I manually drop an item, and it's not triggering. So something is missing. Yeah, something's missing. Huh. Gravity? The heck? That's the signal I'm using. Force an update or use get overlapping bodies. Manually check overlaps using get overlapping bodies. That's gross. Ugh. Although, what I could do is in here. Wow, I can't navigate worth crap. Get overlapping bodies. Check. Update. Was it update overlap? It's empty. All right. Well, it's a bad sign. Do these have like they are on layer 2? They have collision. They are detectable. I know what mechanisms should be on layer 1. I should not be able to walk through a chest. Why isn't it detecting items? Okay, wait, hold on. Let me go into the remote. Okay, so these items, they do have a collision shape. They do exist. So I'm not crazy. I just, for whatever reason, they're not being detected by this get overlapping bodies. Why would that be? We're getting, what if I do this? That should make it so that, can I still walk in there? Oh, I can. Ensure the spawned object has a collision shape or a collision object. It does. Yeah, it has a collision shape. Refresh area 2D overlaps. Okay. I want to look at the collision shape of this thing. Maybe its collision shape is like impossible. No, that's a normal collision shape. That's a normal collision shape. Oh, there's a chest here. What if there wasn't? Okay. My logic is right? Like, get all items and put them in. And we just don't see the items. For whatever reason, the game does not detect items. You know what? I'm sick of these mobs. Let's try other functions. I don't see it. No. Area shape entered? It's not an area shape. Oh. Physics frame synchronization, layer mask mismatches, or missing collision shapes. Oh, here's a question. On body entered, will this detect items if I walk into the chest collection area? No, it's only detecting me. It does not detect anything else. Well, that's weird. What if I do this? Yeah, we can't walk into things now. That's fine. It's still not detecting them. It's like it aggressively does not want to detect this. This is a static body 2D. Right? That's the correct. Is it because it's a static body 2D? That's fine. That's fine. What we can do instead of this area 2D collision shape, I mean, we can still do the collision shape. Can't we just do a trace or a shape cast? Godot shape cast. Or should I change this to a rigid body 2D? Or an area 2D? Let me try changing this to a rigid body 2D. Oh. Found a problem. Alright, can we not have gravity? Okay, maybe... Let's try changing this back. That is a physics body. So, like, it should qualify as a physics object. Therefore, it should be picked up by the area. Do you have monitorable turned off on the area? Wait, pickable? What the heck does this mean? That was a thing? Oh my goodness, are you serious? Ooh. Oh, that we could have done things differently. We could have done things a little better. If we just had pickable collision objects instead of putting it all on the input handler. All right, anyway, go back to this. Disable sync to physics. That's not a property here. What is sync to physics? What? Okay, what if we try animatable body 2D? Sync to physics off. There it is. That was the problem. And now our chest has items in it. So, back to the chest helper. We don't need these print lines anymore because everything is working as it should be. And then we just queue free and then we should be home free. Damn it, what did I lose? This doesn't do anything, does it? But we don't actually need, we don't need that. Oh no, no, we do need that because that wasn't doing anything. Hold on. All I did was get rid of print lines. But now it doesn't work? What? Oh, do I just need to call this function? What if we just call this function and then it magically makes it work through the power of magic? Nope. Okay, this queue free. Apparently, we can't have that. Okay, let me try axing those. Yeah. Let me try adding this queue free. Nope. That's confusing. What it could be happening is the Area 2D doesn't activate until the first physics frame. And the first physics frame isn't happening until after main is ready. So I don't know. Maybe we can just do physics process, func physics process, queue free. Like, okay, there we go. I don't know what the timing is that I need to queue. I need to, this area needs to go away, but it needs to go away, like, I don't know. If we call this function, it's getting nothing. The get overlapping bodies is returning nothing. So like queue free should be, it should be too late. So I don't understand. Maybe like delayed queue free. call deferred queue free? Oh. Damn it. We could do a thing where we await the body exited signal and then we queue free. Okay, noted. There's a bug. There's a bug we are going to have to work around. Let's just cut all this out and then func physics process tick plus equals 1 if tick is greater than 3 queue free. That works. What if tick is 2? Did I not type 2? I'm pretty sure I typed 2. Oh no, you can't save. Okay, what if tick greater than 1? I don't know, man. Whatever, it works. Let's just verify that it works before we celebrate. The chest is... Oh, I saw that. Let's go to the remote. And if we look at the mechanisms, they don't have that area anymore. The system works. Okay, great. That took way longer than I thought it would, but we have the chest helper installed. So now, if we want to put items in a chest, we just have to put them around the chest. And I think I'm okay with that. We can just never put more than 8 items in a chest. Or 9 items, because I think we can put, let's just test out. I think we can put an item on the chest and it'll still get sucked up. Oh yeah, okay. That's fine. Now the way that I was thinking about doing ladders is, so we put a ladder here, and then we put a ladder, I don't know, here. Does this even work? Did I implement this? Nope. Assertion failed. Huh. Oh, because every chest is calling this function, and I don't want that. So I need to move this into the metadata for the ladder. Oh, and I already do that. Okay. Just comment all that out. Okay, so now we have an up and a down ladder. Nope, they're chests. I never set that up. Great. Let us go to the handlers. We got an item spawn helper. Oh, that's right. I never set up the mechanism spawner. Damn it. Autocomplete. Mech. Okay, I see an opportunity to do better, because I don't have any way to differentiate these two, and I need that. What? Oh, right. I need to actually use this function, not just define it and then pretend. Do I not call it mech map? Mechanism map. No. Oh, yeah. Okay, that should give us ladders. Okay, I mean the ladder works. It's just I need to be able to pass in that this is actually the upstairs or the downstairs. So I need to pass in some metadata, and I want that for all 3 of these, and I think that was originally the whole point of this. I want to be able to pass in an additional because right now the handler, helper, like we're just returning a string. And what I could do is, instead of just returning a string, I could return a string plus an int or an enum. And then we can kind of process like ladder dot up, ladder dot down. We can pass that along. Instead of returning a string, we could return an array. Oh boy. Autocomplete is really not. I'm just going to do this in the hopes that autocomplete can figure. Nope, it can't. Oops. We're not smart enough. That's fine. Let's go ahead and go to our mech spawn hopper. This is where we'll be actually doing this for the first time. Nope. And then I need to go to the ladder and define an enum. Oh. No, I don't. I don't need to define an enum. I could just const up equals 0, const down equals 1. And then on a init, I guess we could have like a function set mode. I should have an enum. I shouldn't just define constants like that. That's dumb. Enum direction up, down. Is that how you define enums? Nope, I had it right. That was correct. Back to the thing. Up, down. Nope. There we go. Okay, now we go back. We need to make this also an array. Bum, 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 bum. Okay. Back to main, because now this is taking an array. I just need to modify the spawn functions. Uh, yeah. Everything should still be locked on. All right. And then we need to define a function to pass in the item data param, basically. If item data dot signal flag init data. Let's go. Just stick to mechanisms for now. If item. Nope. If. Okay, sorry, I'm spacing out because we can go back to the ladder at this point, define this function, set flag, and then we run into a problem. I can't set the state of this resource because this resource has no state. I could set a I could create a state component just to identify like you're up and you're down, but that's really bleh. But I kind of have to. Super dot add state. We don't even have that function. That's it's so silly that I have to create a state just to hold that. But that is what the point of that component is. What am I doing? Oh, it's not even. So now we have a state component. Don't remember how to use state components, but I need to pass in the mech. Set. Oh no. You're gonna make me go and look up the function name? Add int property. Set int property. Do I need to add it first before I set it? Doesn't matter. We're gonna add int property. Int name dir int param dir. Perfect. Oh no. Oh no, I can't get the state component because this isn't static. Oh no, this get sprite function is useless. Oh no. What a mistake. I can't call parent. Huh. Oh no. Well, this is a pickle. How am I going to set a state on this thing, but have it vary its sprite? Oh no. I mean, what we could do is we could just make it so that we have to declare get sprite and then we'd pass in the thing. We could do that. Oh, that's painful. Let's see who's crying. You're crying. Oh, it's the same. It's the same texture. It just needs to be. How do I change this? Sprite 2D dot H frames? No, frame. It's just frame. Oh no. Are we good? Oh, we're calling this function before we're setting the flags. So that makes this easier. That means I didn't have to do that. I don't need this state component. All we need to do is mech.getSprite. Not getSprite. Where's the mech? There it is. Mech sprite. That's what it is. Mech sprite. Dot frame equals dir. All right, well, that obliterated them, so great. I would love to get rid of this. No, why? Like, there's no, like, it's not good that I changed that, but it's also like, that shouldn't have broken anything. Pass. Where are the ladders? I see them on the server, but not the client. That means this is busted. Damn it. This can't be an array. It needs to be a string. Right? I can't think of any reason why that would be broken at this point. Remote. Oh, what is all this? 6 million errors. Get state. Did I? No, this is the torch. Why is the torch broken now? I didn't do anything to that. Let's get rid of the state component. It's not doing anything. How does adding a state component to the ladder break the torch? Don't worry about it. No, I do want to worry about it. Why does this, what is this, why is this ruining everything in the world? It doesn't even have anything assigned to it. Okay, we have a state component. What's wrong with this state component? There's something wrong here. Did I hard code something? Unable to receive the sync state. Node. Where's this happening? State component fuel int property was not found. Why would it be looking for that? What? Get replication config. What is this? Maybe this should be self.get replication config. No. Why are you trying to get the fuel int property on a thing that doesn't belong to you? I guess that makes sense. Whoa, why did it create? Oh, it's because server and client. Is there a way for me to see what we're trying to synchronize here in the remote view? Please. I need to see it. We have the state component, but there's nothing like There's no reason for anything to be upset. Meanwhile, over here in the torch, this state component has two properties. Is it because there's nothing like... Public visibility is on? Is it because there's nothing to synchronize and it's just panicking? Oh, is this not set correctly? Oh, that might be. That could be a problem. Let me see this. You. Yeah. Nope. Maybe we should have public visibility off, but then we turn it on. Set visibility for. Wait, what is this function? I just don't understand why this function, by default, there should be nothing to replicate. So if there's no, okay. Nothing configured to replicate. What is this talking about? No, that's error, but nothing to configure to replicate. I mean, what we can do, and this is very, very simple, is we can just set public visibility to false, and then if we add an int property, we automatically set public visibility to true. Right? That doesn't fix it? How does that not fix it? Public visibility is not true anymore. Why is this root path this? Oh, that's wrong. Can I just delete this? Or disable it or something? Okay, so the problem is definitely in here. So this isn't a fix. These aren't global names, are they? Like git replication config does not give me all possible. Oh, I hope not. Can we do ... Can we do that? And then it'll work because... No, that would be too easy. This is bad. This is very destructive. Okay, the error note ... state component / fuel and property not found. Object is null. Unable to retrieve sync state. Okay. Is there a way, instead of like, can we just get the root path? That's a variable here, so we should be able to grab this. Root path. Nope. But what's the error? No. That's not good. Yeah. Hey, Ava Brooks. I'm doing good. How are you? But this is not the root path that I want. I want the full root. Full root from like the root node. Where are you from? I'm in the US. Godot get full node path. Get path. That gets the whole path? Yeah, let's do it. Which game do you stream mostly? I don't. I do variety. All right, what are you complaining about now? Okay, game 7 item light component light multiplayer synchronizer. What? Okay, first of all, where are all the errors? Oh, this isn't the right thing. That's okay. Fair enough. Yeah, that's fair. It just didn't even try. We just got nothing when we did get path. Amazing. Oh, geez. Oh, geez. Okay. Print get path. What is this returning? Nothing. That's the problem. All right. So I was lied to. I was lied to. Why do I trust this? I always... Get path. What? Okay, so oh, I'm just creating an object, right? Get node. What function am I calling? I'm calling get path. What is get path? Will I have an offer? May I share it? I'd rather not, but thank you for asking. This is wrong. Get full. I guess actually I don't need the full node path. I don't need that. I can because the parent has a unique name because luck. So we can just go state component. And then just parent dot name. What do you mean invalid? What? We don't have the parent yet? How are we calling this before ready? Oh my God. Okay. This thing isn't even on the node. This thing doesn't even have a path yet. Okay. But we have the item. The item is here. So like, okay, so if we call get parent, we should get the parent. Oh, that's so stupid though. We have this, we have the parent function, or we have the parent variable, but we can't call it yet. We just can't do that. But we can call get parent. That's absurd. Okay, and it's still failing. It's still failing horribly. Oh, because this is the name's not set yet. Why don't we just call deferred this? Or we could also have this pass in the could we just set like a random number? No, because it needs to be accessible. We can't create the state component until we've named the item. Oh, that's so sad. Here, let's just go back to this. Let's see what we have available to us when we're calling this. Okay, so we're calling torch. We've created the item. We're setting the item data. Oh my God. We're just one step away from having the name set. Are you kidding me? Well, that's an easy fix. Let's just fucking swap these. Okay. Let's go back to the state. We need to make sure the mech spawner is the same. Yeah, do the name first. Mech. am I doing? Oh yeah, the state. I'm trying to fix the state handler because it's just okay. Get parent.name. Wait, when do we set the parent? We set it in the ready function. Okay, this should resolve our pain. It did not. It did not resolve the jack. Now, why is this not found? That is complete nonsense. This property that's right here, it doesn't exist. I don't know where it is. Where is it? Fuel.int property. It's right here. Couldn't tell you where it is though. Like I'm literally staring at it. Let me just see what's going on the client. Where is 7 item? Why is 7 item just missing entirely? What? What? Okay. Why does putting a mechanism on my... Or why does putting a state component on my ladder make my torch not spawn? What kind of insane troll nonsense have I unlocked? Like if we comment that out. Where's our torch? Oh. Uh-oh. Okay. Did we break something? Because this was working. Let me go into the torch. Oh, let me actually look at the rest of the errors, because this isn't the only error. Oh no. All right, let's see. Let's start tracing through this code. Where's the torch? What if this, instead of being an array, was just a string? Or let me go, actually. Item all of the items have the same thing. Okay, 17 item is a torch. 7 item is a torch. Why does that make that work? Why is that a problem? If I just do this, okay, that works. So it's this. This makes the torches not replicate, but I don't know why. But don't worry about it. I have 2 torches. They should have different states. If they do, then good sign. And if they don't, then bad sign. That's 1,000. Also at 1,000. This one's active, and this one is inactive. So, whatever. It takes like 30 seconds for these to update, I believe. How long did I make this? 60 seconds. Ah, there we go. Okay, so that one's updated and this one's not. So the state components are distinct. Okay, and then if I add a state component to a chest, nope, a ladder. Oh, that's a bridge too far. We can't do that. What are you talking? That's ridiculous. There's no such thing. We still have the torches. Why is it calling this? That just does not exist outside of the torch. So like, if I were to go and remove the torches, like, does that even happen? No, everything's fine now. But the problem is, once we have a distinct torch, yeah, now, oh, we can't have torches. We can't do that. Torches and ladders? I don't think so. But why? Just to confirm, like the ladders exist on the server, right? They just don't exist on the client. They didn't get synchronized. Oh no. This is going to be a cluster. Let's look at add property. I don't understand why I can't just do like parent.getParent name here. Why that doesn't work. Like nothing synchronizes now. But what we could do is when we instead of state component, we can just do like self.name, and then we have to change the name of us to the parent. I don't understand. No, I don't understand. What am I missing? Get replicate. Okay, go back. So, if I just have torches, unlimited torches, this is fine. This works fine. Everything's good. We're happy. The moment I add a second object that's not a torch, it might even be like I can add other items, but since a torch or since a ladder is not an item, it's a mechanism, something breaks. Godot, multiple synchronizers. The same. Using multiple multiplayer synchronizer nodes on the same replication path, the same target node and property, can lead to conflicts, as they may try to override each other's data. However, it is a common and supported practice to use multiple synchronizers of the same node if they have different properties or different authorities. That's not what's going on here. Let me just call get replication config.add property. Hey, Kazman, welcome. This is not the docks. Okay, we're not trying to synchronize an object. What is this index? Cool, I know what an int is. Defines the order of synchronization. Okay. Something that I haven't tried. Time for some work myself. I'm also working on a game. The game I'm working on is a cross between TIS-100 and Bitburner. Right now I'm working on a scripting thing. Nice. I am not familiar with Bitburner, so I don't know what that looks like. The thing I have not tried yet is, what if I burn multiple torches at the same time? Oh, I don't have the torches, because... Bum, 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 bum. Let's go back to the ladder. Get that state component out of here. I'm not doing something stupid with a state component, right? I shouldn't be. It's just load the scene, add it as a child, return. Yeah, okay. Where are my torches? Did I not revert the state change? Oh, that's a 0. Yeah, that's fair. Where's the other torch? Did I not add a second torch? Also, why is this getting sucked into there? Bitburner is a game that uses JS to automate almost everything you can do in the game. Bitburner was made to help people with their JS skills while making it fun. I see. It sounds like an incremental game. Uh-oh. Uh-oh. What is happening? It's possible that this has never worked. And I'm just learning that now because I've never had 2 torches in the map at the same time. All right, let's try, if I put you in here. Like, I don't know what's happening, but I know it's not right. Oh my God. Oh no. Oh no. What is this? Oh, Sun Wukong. Thank you for the follow. There's gotta be like we need to add a unique thing to this. Maybe the node name needs to be like get parent. Dot name plus. That's not how you concatenate. That is how you concatenate. Maybe if we do that, then suddenly things will make sense. Nope, that just destroys everything. All right, amazing. Hold on. Sup? We're just debugging. This is not up yet. Let me just create that. Looks like you're not removing the item from the first inv to the next. That could do it. To be fair, I have no clue how your inventory system works. That's not very helpful. All right, let's figure out. Oh wow, there's no game. There's no game at all. Oh, because I'm not looking at the remote. There we go. Okay, there's the game. So we got our torch. That's not a torch. What? Oh, right, because I deleted the torch. One of these is a torch. Torch, torch, torch. I felt that way for a few hours. Don't feel bad. Fair enough. We'll power through it. I just don't get a torch. Oh, because this is not the server. Where's my torch? It's 16 and 17. Okay. Now, if we look at the state component, 16 item fuel, state component 17 item fuel, and then if we look at the params, I don't know how to look at the params. I don't understand why changing this name, it's still accurate, but changing the name breaks it. That doesn't make any sense to me. Oh, wait, whoa. They're here now. Oh, but, okay, there's the crash. Assertion failed. We tried to get an int property that doesn't exist. Yeah. Yeah. 16 item fuel int property. Why is it not replicating? Why is it not replicating? I've not used Godot. I've mostly done all my programming in Java. My game is in Java as well. Could it be something to do with Godot? It could be. It's entirely possible that there's just a bug. And if there is, I don't know how to fix it. This is the server. Okay, so if we look at the client. Oh, wait, this is the client. We can see that there is a state component for both of these. But it says that the 16 item fuel int property not found, but it's right there. But it's right there. It's very found. I'm finding it. Why is it not found? Why is this root path wrong? Not that that matters, but like Okay. Okay, but here's the crazy thing. Here's the crazy thing. Oh, that doesn't work. Okay. Unable to retrieve sync state, fuel, and property not found. Might be something with the scope of the property. I mean, it's not actually a property, it's a node. We're just calling it a property. Property node set append. When did this start? When did this stop? Okay, I'm tempted to just revert this entire day and then see if it's broken then. Oh, but this only started to break when I tried to make something else have a state component. Okay, if I were to add a property, it would look like a state component. Let's just freaking add a node 2D. Or just a node. Call it torch. I don't know. Int. Oh, where did the torch go? Now it's just state component dot int. Whatever. Yeah, that's an int. Oh. Oh, do I just not need this at all? Is that what the problem is? That would be ridiculous. Oh, okay. Hold on. This is a problem, but come back to that. Remote. Oh, I remember. Let's go to the ladder. Let's re-add the state component to the ladder and see if that borks it again. Yeah, okay, that borks it. Oh, but I can still see them. So what's wrong? We can't find fuel property. Okay, but I can, like, this is somehow progress and the ladder works. Okay, great. I can grab this torch, I can use it, but then I can grab this torch and I can I bet I know what this is. I bet I know what that is. Hello? Okay. Turn that off. Okay, put that in there, and then you are not an unlit torch. Stop it. You are very much a lit torch. The sprite's confused, but let me go into the torch and change the speed at which things burn down, because I thought we were past this. But I guess not. Event component set interval 1. So one of these torches should burn down and the other one should not. Yeah, okay. Oh, that's weird. Okay, we can figure out the sprite thing now, even though this is still going on. Let's figure that out. Okay, we have two items, 16 and 17, and we look at their... This one just doesn't have a sprite. Yeah. Why wouldn't it have a sprite? This is the server, though. Hold on. This... Yeah. Where'd the sprite go? Are we not duplicating the sprite? That can't be. That cannot. That's just such amateur hour if that's true. No, we're calling new. We're creating a new animated sprite 2D every time we call this function. And we're creating a new sprite frames too. So. Oh, but we're calling if sprite return sprite. Oh, we can't do that. Yeah, no, we can't do that. That should never happen. If we call get sprite, we should always get a new sprite. That's the problem. Oh, yeah, no. Resource, yeah, there it is. There's the solution. Now it's all good. Yeah, we can't put state in our properties. That just, or in our resources. That just doesn't make sense. Now back to this. I wish I could like get more information. It just says fuel in property not found. It's very found. Like the game is correctly handling the state of different objects. Wait, let me verify that. Let me let this one burn down a little. Yeah, its state changed, and this one is burnt out. So like, some state has happened. What is it complaining about? Where are we mad? Fuel, -20, 0. This is the server though. Fuel, 640 and 0. Yeah, so the state here is real. And then we look at the mechanisms. There's no state. What if we just add a state? Just to get this, just to get us past this hump. You're not the ladder. Var state component equals that. Se dot add int property. We're gonna say dir. Oh, and I have to give it a, yeah, we have to give it a default. Actually, we don't have to give it a default. It defaults to 0. Perfect. We're even madder. Dir int property. Not found. Fuel int property. Nothing found. We cannot sync anything. But active found. We found that. Am I going insane? Like... I'm getting this error, but there's no like behavior that there's no ill behavior. Okay. What is this error? Properties.find ppath is true. Oh. Oh, wait a minute. Maybe I should just copy this. Because this, we've got lots of position components and they work. Why don't I just try that? Root path is dot dot. Oh no, I don't want the root path to be dot dot. The root path can be dot. Add property. What, instead of get replication config, can we just do replication config? And then instead of state component, what if we just do dot? And then we do want to set the replication mode. We don't want that to be always. So I should just correct that. /active int property. Okay, I don't know. Oh, it works. That was it. Okay. Well, this particular combination of nonsense works. I just needed to set the root path. That was the problem the whole time, even though I had it set here. And I guess it's something else. Maybe that's not true. Maybe because we've set this replication mode on change. The error is still there, but it just won't happen until we try and do a thing. So let's try and do a thing. Errors, no errors, okay. We can use the ladder and it doesn't error anything. Okay, great. Oh, now we're hitting ourselves. Well, I'll fix that bug someday, but not today. I had another task, but I'm just gonna skip it. And that task was make it so that I can add more than one ladder to the map. The plan that I had for this, I'm just going to do this offline because I'm out of time. But the plan that I had for this was I'm just going to make another tile map layer, and I'm going to make a flags thing, and then I'm just going to have like a 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 flag, etc. And then what I'm going to do is I'm going to put the flag on top of the ladder, and if I put the one flag here and the one flag here, it'll connect to these ladders and say you are ladder 1. And then they will, from that point on, negotiate who's what. And then if I put other ladders here, I put a 2 on there and a 2 on there, that will set them up, so on and so forth. That's annoying and dumb, but I don't see a better way. If I want to have like a dozen ladders and have them all connect to the correct ladder, I don't see any other way to do that. But that should be fine. I don't think I'm going to have more than like 100 ladders, and I can definitely have 100 by, or a 10 by 10 tile set and just use that. So I'm going to consider that a solved problem. And move on. But I'm going to do that off screen. Dockable UI wings. Oh wait, I'm not done. I didn't actually get the ladders working. I was just experimenting with a state component because it was broken and I was just confused. I need one of these to be the top. This one. The state helper, the mech helper, is passing ladder dir top. So we just need to pass that to the set flags. And the set flag, I think we already did that. Oh no, we commented it out. Okay. We've got a set flag function. I think this is commented out on the ladder. Nope, it's not, but it's also, it doesn't work. To the ladder. Oh, it is commented out. Right, I don't need a state component. I was just doing that because I was confused as to why I was breaking things. Because adding a component should not break my game. There we go. Perfect. All right, I just have it backwards. There we go. Okay. I'm happy with that. That's right. I deleted all the monsters. I gotta verify that that still works. That attacking a monster doesn't desync the universe. Hold up. Okay, good. Right. Okay. Dockable UI wings. I didn't have that much thought out for this. I was thinking of having like a control node here in the corner, and or I guess over here, and then when we're dragging an item, when I say item, I mean when we're dragging a UI component. In the UI component, we can say, what are you over? Where is it? If we're being dragged, get the current mouse position. We should be able to detect, are we over a control? And specifically, we can be like, are we over a dockable control? Which is a class name. We'll just create a control class that extends control, and we'll call it dockable control. Its purpose is to exist. It doesn't do anything. It just exists. And then over here we say, is this over a dockable control? If so, snap the window position to the position of the dockable control. And then that's it. Let's just try doing that. And if it doesn't work, then I'm gonna stop. Because I need to research more. I think this is a solved problem. This is like other people have done this before. So it's just a case of like, look up some code samples to see if I'm on the right track. And if I am, just keep going. And if I'm not, then, you know, stop doing the dumb. I think this needs to be a scene. We'll call this a dock point, a dock point. that's all it needs to be, then we need to add it to the world. We can just put one like in the top left corner for now. This goes on the UI layer. Where is it? This is it, right? Nope. I'm confused as to where it is. Is it just taking up the entire screen? The entire screen is a dock point. Perfect. We'll have it there. And then in the UI element code, we should be able to say get elements Godot get controls underneath mouse cursor. I guess we could also just have like a signal. And then if the mouse enters it, we flip a thing to yes, and if the mouse exits it, we flip a thing to no. That feels like that already exists. No, I would rather just like do a cast, array cast. Here we go. Here we go. Yeah, this is the code. But I only care about controls. We already have the. We actually already have the cursor position. So we just need to call current mouse position. And then we'll just print it. Oh. Cannot convert argument 1 from vector 2 to object. This is a vector. Is this not a vector 2? This is a vector 2. This doesn't take a vector 2? Oh. I see. I misinterpreted that. Not to worry. Oh, I forgot to print. We're getting a whole lot of nothing. Why are we getting... this isn't what I want. I want to get controls, specifically. GUI hovered controls. This is a real thing? Okay, this always gives us... Oh, there's the dock point. Oh, perfect. Oh, but that only works because we dragged off of the drag bar. No, that won't work. Just kidding. Almost perfect. GUI is dragging. Could we do something where in the UI element we disable the mouse capturing of the UI element while it's being dragged? Like there's a mouse somewhere here. This isn't a control, but this is. Yeah, this has a mouse. So we turn the filter to ignore from stop. Oh, but we can't because then we won't be able to tell when we're not being dragged anymore. I feel like did we goof? When I wrote this, I wasn't aware that there was a whole drag and drop like magic functionality built into Godot, and I just wrote my own. And I wasn't the first one to do this, but I wonder if I was doing a drag and drop in the Godot standard, would this be an easy problem to solve where I can just go, if dragging, do magic to connect to auto dock? Like, it'd be funny if this existed. Let me just Godot docking a control. Snapping. No, I don't want to do it in the editor. Ugh. Maybe I can set something up with a signal to where, like, I can have this broadcast when the mouse enters it. So if I do that, is there a way for me to go, is anything being dragged? Are you being dragged? Is anyone being dragged? Oh geez, I don't have a list. I don't have a like big bucket of all UI elements. What I could do, this is kind of dumb, but what I could do is I could, this might work. When we click this button, when we start dragging, we get every dock point and we say, connect my signal to your on mouse entered thing. And then when we're done, when we stop dragging, disconnect that signal. And then whenever we receive that signal, we let's do that and then think about how that will help us after we've done it. So these are not global, so I don't know how to get them. I mean, I could use the object handler to handle this. Var doc point list. I'm not even going to write functions to access this. Okay, then we go into our UI and we say, when you are created, func ready object handler dot doc point list dot append yourself. So I add a doc point, it'll automatically make sure it exists. And then down here, for doc in object handler dot doc point list. Before we continue, I should define the signal that is what we're looking for. Nope, I don't need to define that. That's predefined. I don't know what doc I'm being signaled by. Oh, well, this was a dumb plan. Unless there's a way to like pass where that happened. First of all, I'm not even, does this even work? It might not even work. Hold on. Oh, okay. Well, it might work, but I'm not going to be able to tell because I have this nonsense filling up my prints. Let's go back. It does work. Okay. Okay. So there is a problem though. We don't know. What we could do is when that signal is called, we could just iterate. We have the list of docs. We can just iterate through them and say, hey, is the mouse in you? And if it is, what's your position? That's my position now. But I don't need a signal for that. I don't need a signal for that. We can just instead for if doc dot mouse Has mouse. Okay, hold on. Godot function control tell if mouse is inside. Oh, I can't do this because I don't know. I have multiple things calling this. Polling in process. Has point. What? Is has point what I want? Has focus? Okay, just give me the docs. Where are the docs? Mouse. I just want a function that tells me if the mouse is in the same overlap. Godot tell if mouse overlaps control. What does this mean? Get global rect. That is a function. Has point. And I don't want the global mouse position. I already have that. Current mouse position. Print doc. Doc. I should probably refactor this whole thing. I'm looking at it and I'm like, ugh. Let's just jump ahead. No. We're being dragged. This is the function. Okay. Self.position equals doc.position. Yep, it works. Oh yeah. Oh yeah. That's not entirely what I had planned, but that is technically what I asked for. So done. Not very elegant, but all right. Okay. Okay, so next time I'm just going to be adding a basic menu. And this is going to be basic. It's probably just going to be the same menu as Martian crawl. But we'll have a server button, a client button, an options button, start server, start client, and then maybe we'll have a text box that's like, enter your IP, enter your port. Oh, enter your character's name. The important thing is that we have the options menu, and also that the options menu is accessible in the game. Then we can start to add options as we think of them. I won't say that this is going to take a long time. I mean, it will take a long time. It's not very hard though, so we'll get it done. This one is complicated. Yeah. This one's gonna be really easy. It's just I'm just setting an enum. And then basic testable dungeon. Oh boy. Okay, well, this is where I stop. Oh, what a roller coaster of a day. But we got there. Thanks for watching. Hope your game dev is going well. Hope things are going well for you. Until next time, see you all later.